Good evening and welcome to Hannah Field and junior high football tonight here on the Highline Activity Network. It is our season opener of high school and junior high sports here on the Highline Activity Network. Valley City getting ready to take on Central Cass. And a pleasant good afternoon to you. Paul McDonald with you on a gorgeous Monday, 70 degrees, just a little bit of wind, and it's a perfect night for football. The first game of the year for junior high. Of course, the Valley City Highliner varsity, they played on Friday night to open up their season, and we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up at halftime. That was a 16-0 loss to Valva Drake Animus Garrison. And, of course, the Highlander varsity, they'll be at home here on Friday night to take on Langdon area Munich. After playing the number 1 team in the state last week, they get the number 2 team in the state coming up here as the home opener. So welcome to Class A, Coach Smith and the Highliners. But tonight it is 7th and 8th grade. Our first game will be mostly the 7th graders playing, and then they will smatter in a few 8th graders, and then we'll have kind of a half game to give these kids a chance to get on the field, and they'll have a few more 8th graders getting out on the field as we have 11th, 8th graders for Valley City. So kind of a combined team this year with the numbers. Your co-head coaches, Tom Milbrandt and James Howard. I want to say this is the 7th year those two have coached together at this level. Brandon Myers and Carter Borg are the assistant coaches. They are flipping the coin at the 50-yard line. We'll be back with that opening kickoff and the start of tonight's junior high football game between the Highliners and the Central Cass Squirrels. This is Highlander football on the Highline Activity Network. Thank you.
And then I started spinning. How did that go? I put him in there, and you put him in there. You put him in there.
Welcome back to Hannah Field and our junior high football game. Central Cass and Valley City. And, you know, not got another year. That means I'm another year older, which means the eyes are really getting to go. So we have to get the old binoculars out as we get ready for our first football game of the season here. Valley City and Central Cass. Avery Gerlach is back deep to receive here for the Highliners. Coach Jimmy Howard and Tom Milbrandt, the co-head coaches here for Valley City. Brent Nelson longtime junior high coach on the far side for Central Cass. The Squirrels in their white tops with the black pant. And we're just about set, ready for football. There's the approach. And the kick is a line drive kick taken at the 26-yard line, up the middle of the 30, across the 35. Running room here to the 40, now to about the 48-yard, 44-yard line. About a 9-yard return for Valley City. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Highliners. Nixon Langemo on the return there for Valley City. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 44. On that far hash, Lance Lukes, our white cap here in this junior high game tonight. 12-minute quarters, running time, accepted possession, change of possessions, and scores and so forth. Avery Gerlach will be at quarterback here after 2 years working for the Thunder, or he is now stepping it up here to the junior high as a 7th grader. Dominic Malcolm, very exciting back, will come up in the slot. Check that at quarterback. Will Gerlach back in shotgun. He is standing next to Langemo from the 44, 1st and 10. Gerlach turns. Langemo fumbles on the first play from scrimmage. The ball is free. We got a scrum at around the 38-yard line, and it's going to be Central Cass ball. So a fumble on the opening possession and the opening play for Valley City. And Central Cass recovers, and they'll take it 1st and 10 at the Highliner 38-yard line. So the first break in the game goes for the Squirrels. And they'll have it at the Highliner 38. 10:42 to go here in the opening quarter. And they'll have mostly 7th graders here for the Squirrels. Around 20, 25 kids at both 7th and 8th grade. And they'll try to mix in some of those 8th graders in our second game. We'll have a half game here, our second game this afternoon. At quarterback for the Squirrels. And that is Dre Paulson is at quarterback from the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Central Cass. On their opening possession, first play, turn on the handoff right up the middle to the 35 and down to about the 36-yard line. That'll be a short pickup. They'll get about the 31, give them 7 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down. Colton Hoffman on the carry there from the 31-yard line. Second down and 3 for Central Cass. Approaching the 10-minute mark. We're in the opening quarter. First possession. And off again goes to Hoffman. He is hit in the backfield, and he'll be dropped for no gain. And coming through there, making the tackle for Valley City, was Carter. Check that. It was Carter Blue Shield making the play. So it'll be no gain on the play. It brings up 2nd down. And 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 3. The ball just shy the Valley City 31-yard line. Again, Paulson, 7th grader, Grady Paulson, at quarterback in the pistol. He'll roll out here to the near side. He's got a lot of running room. Here's to the 30. Paulson to the 25. He's at the 20. Cuts back and down inside the 20, the 18-yard line. Gerlach on the tackle. Malcolm also slowed him down a little bit. So the quarterback keep. And Paulson takes it down to the 17-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 14 yards on the quarterback keep. It'll be 1st and 10 for Central Cass at the Valley City 17. Squirrels hustle up to the line of scrimmage at the Valley City 17. Bo Parisian is now in at tailback, and he fumbles on the handoff, and the ball is still loose, and Valley City's going to recover. A bad exchange between Paulson and Parisian, and the fumble is recovered by Valley City. Corbin Boom is going to come up with a recovery for the Highliners, so each team now has turned the ball over on their opening possession, and Valley City will have it 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. 8 minutes, 31 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. So again, not a real good exchange between the quarterback, Paulson, and the running back. And the ball popped out of the hands of Parisian. Recovered by Valley City. Boom on the recovery. So 1st and 10 now for the Highliners at their own 19-yard line. 2 receivers wide, both sides of the field. Gerlach with Langamo standing to his right. And this is a direct handoff for Gerlach. Gives it off to Langamo, and Langamo looking for running room. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A host of squirrels will bring him down for no gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Nixon Langamo, 7th grader, with Avery Gerlach, the 7th grader, quarterback. Eight minutes and 20 seconds. We're in the opening quarter. From the 19-yard line, brings up 2nd down and 10 for Valley City. 2 receivers wide here to the near side. 2 receivers split out wide to the right. Gerlach in the pistol. Langamo towers next to him. Now Gerlach wants to throw. Fires far side. Bubble screen. Malcolm has the completion. Makes a move at the 20. Malcolm to the outside across the 20. Out to about the 22-yard line. So the bubble screen to the far side. And you're going to be hearing that name for a while here at Valley City football. On the return was Dominic Malcolm there. Made a nice nifty move and did pick up positive yards. Only give him a couple yards out to the 21-yard line. So 2 yards on the pickup. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8. The ball just across the 20, called it a short 9 yards, or a long 8. From the 21, as we have hit 7:10 remaining, approaching 7 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. 2 receivers at both sides of the field. Gerlach in the pistol. Langamo standing next to him. High snap, and Gerlach has to retreat. Grab it. Now he's running for his life. Avery's got some room to the 15, out to the 20, and a nice job by Avery Gerlach to make something out of nothing. That could have been a disaster, and he was able to get back across the line of scrimmage, plus maybe 2 or 3 out to the 23-yard line. So the ad lib for Avery Gerlach picks up a couple yards. It'll bring up 4th down for Valley City. The ball just shy of the 23-yard line at their own 23. So 4th down and 6 for the Highliners. In their Highliner blue tops, navy pants, and helmet. Jimmy Howard, the OC for the junior high, and Tommy Milbrand. Again, those two, along with Brandon Myers, I think the 3 of them have been together now. This is the 7th season. Preston Myers, who was with them for the first 6. Now teaching in Jamestown, but we still love him, even though he's in Jamestown. So Carter Borg is taking his spot on the coaching staff. From the 23-yard line, 4th down and 6 coming up with 5:45 to go here in quarter number 1. They are going to punt the ball away. There's a snap. Of course, no rush, and the punt. High kick, and that will chase the receiver back inside the 50-yard line, across the 50, and good coverage for Valley City. On the return there for Central Cass was Reed Shear, and he'll get into Highliner territory at the 47-yard line. So their second possession for Central Cass. Both have started in Highliner territory. 5 minutes and 26 seconds left to go. Here in quarter number 1, no score. 7th and 8th grade junior high football here from Hannah Field, our first game of the season. We'll have varsity football coming up Friday night. From the 47-yard line, Paulson churns, handoff. And inside the 45, about the 43 yard line. That was Parisian on the carry. We give him 3 yards to the 44. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Squirrels. Inside 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Grady Paulson in the pistol. Turns, gives Parisian to the outside to the 45. And Parisian over on that far sideline is wrestled out of bounds after a short pickup. Malcolm over there for Valley City. Also over there defensively, Braden Schultz. They'll give him a yard to the 42. And it'll be a third, and we'll call it 3rd down. And about 5 yards to go from the 42-yard line. Paulson in the pistols, got 3 receivers wide here to the near side. Colton Hoffman, the lone setback. He's got the ball now. It's Paulson on the carry, and Paulson gets down to about the 37. That's going to be very close to a 1st down. And they are going to give him the 1st down yardage to the 37-yard line. He gets the 5 yards that he needed. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Squirrels at the Highliner 37. Three and a half minutes in the opening quarter. Again, running clock, except for scores and change of possession. The clock will stop. Paulson in the pistol with Hoffman, the lone setback. There's a double screen to the far side, complete to the 35, far sideline 30. And a good open field tackle. Gerlach down at the 29-yard line. Avery comes up with the tackle, and Elliott Mitchell on the completion to the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 7 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 3 from the 30-yard line for the Squirrels. Again, Paulson will send 2 receivers now, this time 1 on either side of the field. He has a full house backfield. Mitchell now standing next to him in the pistol. He'll turn on the carry, gives to Hoffman, and he will get inside the 30-yard line and get down to about the 27. That'll be a short pickup. He pushed the pile a little bit down to the, let's see where they're going to mark it down at the 29 is where they're going to put the ball down on. So pick up a yard. 1 yard pickup there on the carry for Hoffman from the 29-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 2 for the Squirrels. Receivers 1 on either side of the field. Paulson in the shotgun. He'll give off to Hoffman, and Hoffman hitting the backfield, got out of that, and he is going to get 1st down yardage or close to it to the 32, or to the 27, pardon me. I think he's going to get the 2 yards needed. Yep, they're going to move the stick, so a 2-yard pickup there again for Colton Hoffman. The ball is going to be marked just inside the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Central Cass with 1:18 to go, 1st quarter. Alternating back and forth between Parisian and Hoffman at running back. Paulson, low snap, comes up with it, gives the inside carry, and that's going to get blown up by the Highliner defense. Brennan Owen on the carry for Central Cass. But the Highliner front, off the low snap, were able to blow through. It'll be a loss of 3 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 13 from the 29-yard line for Central Cass. At 40 seconds, clock ticking here in the 1st quarter. Paulson in the pistol. Parisian, the lone set back. Two receivers wide to the far side. One here to the near side. Again, a low snap. Paulson wants to throw. Dumps it off near side. Has his man complete to Kingsley. Kingsley then is wrapped up and brought down by Langamo. Down to the 22-yard line. He'll pick up of 7. Still going to be short of the first down. It'll be enough to, well, that will be the end of the quarter, too, as well. That got down to the 22-yard line, so it's going to be bringing up a 3rd down and 7 from the 22 for Central Cass when we start the second quarter. Your score at the end of 1 quarter of play, it's Valley City nothing, Central Cass nothing. This is Highliner football on the Highliner Activity Network. Back here at Hannah Field on a 3rd and 7 on the handoff. Parisian hitting the backfield, stays on his feet inside the 20. He's going to, or inside the 25 and close to the 15-yard line. It is going to be enough for a first down, and joined special guest, special color commentator. We haven't done this in quite a few years. Head varsity coach Chad Smith joining us. Chad, how you doing?
Good, Paul. Yeah, I know we haven't done this since what, COVID year. I think
COVID.
We were doing
that was the
VCSU
last
games,
time,
which was a lot of fun.
I still have that picture come up every once in a while on my Facebook page. You and me in Northern State in the press box where we are all masked up
at the old Arlen Field down there before they moved to the new stadium.
Yep. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Squirrels as we start quarter number 2. Well, clock didn't run there, so low snap. Paulson wants to throw. Looking. He's got a man wide open in the end zone. It's going to be underthrown and incomplete. Nice play defensively there. I believe that was Gerlach again that got back there, and he's hobbling just a little bit. It was a little bit underthrown. Everybody was able to get the mitt in there and knock it away.
Boy, it sounds like you've said Gerlach's name quite a few times today already this morning, which is good. There's a few of them growing up for us that I'm going to have for a couple of years.
You know, 7th grader, and after watching him 2 years with Thunder football, I was excited to see where he would be this year as a 7th grader. Had a good, nice little bubble screen on that throw to Malcolm here on the last drive.
It was very nice.
1st and 10, actually 2nd down and 10 from the after that incompletion from the 15. 3 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side. Handoff again to the outside goes Hoffman, and Hoffman is brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Great shoestring shackle there. Great job to get us to 3rd and long and potentially get us off the field.
And I believe that was Luke Sorby on the tackle. Kind of hard to see. It looked like a 77, but I think it was 71. Luke Sorby on the tackle.
Our numbers are dark on a dark blue jersey. It's not easy to see sometimes.
No, and when you're, old like I am, we're way the heck up here. 3rd down and 10 coming up here from the 15-yard line. Paulson trying to get his receivers in the right set. Hoffman, the lone setback behind him, and now Coach Nelson wants to call a timeout. And a little too much confusion for Central Cass. Well, Chad, I have a chance to chat with you. Again, we've got Coach's Corner coming up on the Highliner Activity Network on Thursday morning. So we'll talk a little bit more about the Velva Drake Animus Garrison game. But really, for watching that game, defensively, your kids played phenomenal defensively against #1 team in the state.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the effort that we had. It was something we talked about going into fall camp and all through early couple weeks, is just talking about how do we get 11 guys to the ball, and it will cover up a lot of the mistakes for you, especially in the first game of the year. I told them in our team meeting today that I thought our hustle and effort probably erased 3 or 4 big mistakes that we could have had that could have turned into scores for us, but we out-hustled things. We tackled well. We did things to put ourselves in good positions, and then offensively we struggled a little bit, and untimely downs and possessions and penalties killed us and killed drives for us and put us in bad field position. We had a shot right there at halftime, and, I told the guys at half, they were battling in a game, and I told everyone together, I was like, we got an opportunity if the first team that scores probably is going to win this game.
And one thought on your first drive of the second half. Here goes Paulson rolling out. He's under duress. Paulson back here to the near side. Paulson looking. He's got him in the end zone. Still looking like Fran Tarkington. There's a throw to the end zone. Incomplete. Though Fran would have completed that one. But overthrew his man, but he kept that one going, and he was being chased by Wyatt Marsh, was the one that was doing most of the chasing.
And it was a great job by number 10, Dominic Malcolm, to be in the back secondary and hold on to his man in the end zone instead of sucking up and running to the quarterback in a scramble drill. I mean, that's honestly what happened to us in the first touchdown in Velva. We missed 2 sack opportunities by the D-line, and we're supposed to be playing a 2-man coverage, and we came out of coverage and hit us for a touchdown. And that's a bummer because we had opportunities to get a stop there.
And your first drive for the Highlanders in the second half, you moved the ball. You got down to about the 30, had a big 22-yard completion from Jackson to Corbin Powell. But, again, the penalties just kind of hurt you and backed up a little bit.
That's exactly what it was all night for us. I mean, we talked about it. I think there was every single drive Coach Hunt went and looked at things that we had some sort of penalty or we shot ourselves in the foot.
4th down from the 15. Paulson back to pass. Looking, under pressure again. Now he's going to run. He's looking, directing traffic. And he'll throw it to the end zone. It's going to be up for grabs and nearly intercepted by Malcolm in the end zone, but the Highlanders will get the ball over on downs at the 15-yard line.
Good defensive stop there by our young Highlanders to get off the field and get a change of possession. Love to see that out of our little guys in the red zone.
And I tell you that the defensive secondary he was running around just trying to find somebody. They always call that, coverage sack. You hear that a lot. Well, that wasn't a sack, but it was a coverage play.
Yes, totally. And he was out there. The quarterback booted off to the left. He was pointing at guys trying to say, hey, run over to this route and run over to the zone. It was a good job by our guys not coming out of coverage and staying at home. That's always good to see disciplined defense.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Valley City. Jacob Bollingberg. He and Avery also went back and forth at quarterback. Well, Jacob quarterbacked the 7th grade last year, on the 8th grade this year. But when they were both on Thunder football, they would go up there on the same team. They kind of alternated at their spot. And now we're going to have a timeout on the field with 9:15 to go. Timeout taken by Valley City. So the Highlanders will take the timeout. No score, 9:12 to go here in quarter number 1. This is junior high football. Valley City and Central Cass. Paul McDonald here with head varsity coach Chad Smith. And now it's number 1, Aggies. Now it's number 2, Cardinals from Langdon. But you know what? You knew you were going to see some good football in this Class A.
We did. I mean, when you move down from those classes, some of those schools that have been powerhouse traditions for years, I mean, we talked about it with Velva last year. Velva's only had 2 losing seasons since 1992 or 94, something like that.
Yeah.
They're 10 for 10 in Dakota Bowls and 12 championships overall as a program. Like, phenomenal football played at that place over its decade. And, and Langdon's the same. Langdon's going to come in and they watch them on film. They have about 3 or 4 kids that are studs, and they play a very good hard-nosed defense. They want to run the quarterback downhill at us, and we got to do a good job defensively to be able to stop that stuff. And then we've got to find answers offensively. I challenged our guys in our team meeting, we've got to figure out how to get answers in the run game. We got potentially one of the biggest offensive lines in the state. Mm-hmm. It's time for them to start showing that and showing the muscle a little bit, and that takes care of the 4 down. Don't worry about the linebackers as much as let's just take care of the 4 down, get some movement, and see where we can go.
From the 15-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Highlanders. Their first possession here in the second quarter. No score. Now Bollingberg is in at quarterback for Valley City. Gets the snap. Handoff goes to Langemo, and he is going to be bear-hugged, and he's going to lose a couple yards back to the 13-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd down play for Valley City.
Negative plays on 1st down, those are drive killers for you, especially when you're backed up inside your own 15-yard line there. So it's 2nd and 12 now. See if the Highlanders can dig themselves out of this little hole that they've continued to put themselves into.
Well, one thing I did want to ask you, non-high school football. Of course, the Valley City State Vikings now in the Frontier Conference, a conference you know fairly well. I think you coached at Rocky Mountain and also are from Montana originally.
Yep.
This is not going to be an easy test. This is a great football conference.
No, the VCSU Vikings are in for what I would equate to Division II football because the Montana schools don't have any Division II programs in the state. So those kids – I'll let you talk about the play
there's
here.
Bollingberg looking to throw. Forgot he's a lefty, so we got a lefty out there, and he decides to run, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up third down.
You know, the thing that I've always equated for Montana football at the college level is either kids go to Montana or Montana State, which are the Cats and Grizz. Same thing you get in North Dakota between NDSU or UND. But what the difference is now is we got a few Division II schools that cycle some of those kids through, whereas they don't in Montana. So they go play at all the NAIA programs there. And so the NAIA football in Montana is really played at a D2 level.
Sure.
So all of a sudden that really changes the looks of a lot of things. And I think Dickinson's found that off quite a few times because they flirted with the Frontier Conference multiple times. And they found that out, and actually, I know they kind of more recruit Montana kids more than they recruit the North Dakota kids because they don't have to compete.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're competing on the same playing level with all those schools, so now it's all of a sudden, hey, do you like the coaching staff versus, hey, it's the Division II moniker. So travel's going to hurt the Vikings, and also just the depth of that conference.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that the Vikings can't do it, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge that they're not used to.
Coming to the 10-yard line, a gentleman had an interesting quote today, and I'll tell you who it was and what he said about Montana football in a moment here. Two receivers on both sides of the field. Inside 7 minutes to go, second quarter. No score. Bollingberg in at quarterback. Langamo standing next to him. High snap. Now Jacob wants to throw. The lefty going deep. Far side has his man incomplete. A little bit high and overthrown. He was intended for Jens Kunze on the pass and had his man beat, but just overthrew him.
Yeah, Jet was there. He was open out the outside the 30 at the far sideline, and boy, the ball was in his hands. If he could have ringed it in, would have got a first down, moved the chains, and Highlines are in business. But instead, it's drop pass, and now we're in 4th and long and probably a punt situation.
From the 10-yard line, 4th and 15. Jimmy Howard, the OC for the junior high. Tom Milbrandt, Brandon Myers, Carter Borg, your coaching staff.
Really happy for
the
coaching staffs that we have. We've got some quality guys on the junior high level, and we were able to get some quality guys on the varsity level, and that's just awesome to see. We're really trying to work on building our culture through the varsity down to the junior high and even down to our Thunder programs. How do we use the same language as a program? How do we use the same kids in the same system so then when they get to the varsity level, it's a little bit more advanced coaching?
Here's the punt, a low liner, and that's going to hit and roll. That's going to be a nice roll out close to the 49, and at the 49, that'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Central Cass at their own 48-yard line. There's on YouTube, if you want to go to YouTube and go to MidwestSports.net. There's a gentleman who I had a conversation with today, Joey McWilliams, and it's all about small college athletics, not just football, but athletics in particular. He called me to get a little tidbit on the Vikings because they're going to be doing a preview show, but he had the top 10 reasons why they're excited about the football season. One of them was, why are we excited about the college football season started? Because finally people are going to care about what happens in the state of Montana. But you talk about football in Montana. Coach Dennis McCulloch, who you coached under as wide receiver coach for a couple of seasons here not too long ago. And we'll get to a thought here from the 48-yard line. Paulson turns, gives, and nearly a good open field tackle on Parisia, and he breaks a couple. He'll get a couple yards to the 46-yard line. It'll bring up a second down play here for the Highliner, or for the Squirrels. But again, I think Wyatt Marsh was the one in the backfield.
Yeah, Jens Kuzi was the one that cleaned it up at the end there, number 12 for us. It was a good job of. We missed the first initial tackle for loss, but you see hats flying to the ball, and that's what we talk about it defensively is just get hats to the ball. Good things happen when you fly around.
From the 46, 2nd down and 8, 4:35 to go here in the second quarter. Paulson has gone in all the way. The 7th grade quarterback gets the snap. Parisian to the right side of the 30, 45 to the 40, and he gets first down yardage. A nice carry inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 13 yards, and it'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Squirrels.
Yeah, good little offensive play there going off the right-hand side. I couldn't tell if it was power, if it was just zone, if they pulled a guard or not. But anyways, they creased that B gap on the right-hand side and pick up about 12 to 13 yards, and it's 1st and 10, and now they're in the red zone almost.
Where else are you going to find this level of broadcasting at a junior high football
I don't
game,
know,
huh?
but it's awesome. I love it. I'm always willing to talk about football whenever we get the chance. I think that's why you know about that, right?
I've never known that about you.
we talk about it as a program. What are our core values? I learned this from Coach Polisek over at NDSU is just what are your core values? And he had us as coaches over there figure it out, and mine came out to passion, wisdom, and loyalty, and it's something that we lead our program about, and I'm passionate about football all the time.
1st and 10 from the 34. Bubble screen. There's a pick. Back the other way come the Highliners. It could be a pick 6 on the return. Jet Kunze, and he's going to be brought down at the 25-yard line.
Big momentum play for the Highliners there. We love to see that from our little guys. If he had a little bit more speed, could have outrun the quarterback, and we would have been talking about 6 in the end zone.
Jet Kunze with the intercept and takes it into Squirrels territory at the 24-yard line.
That's back-to-back plays the Jets have been in on stuff. Yeah, finished wrapping up that tackle on the first one, and then now all of a sudden gets a pick 6 on the near sideline and almost takes it back.
And that is just about a 56-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line for Valley City.
Now, at the junior high level, when the clock starts here with 3:28, it doesn't stop again. So the Highlanders have to move a little quickly to figure out how to get to the end zone before half.
And now Gerlach back in at quarterback. The Doug Flutie of Highlander football quarterback.
That's all right.
But he's got a
an
good
arm.
arm.
That's all that matters.
He's got a good arm. I want to say he came over from Jamestown about 2-3 years ago. Family moved over here. From the 24-yard line, glad to have him. Avery with Langamo next to him, looking to throw. Penalty flag down. Avery gets away from one tackler. Now he's going to start to run, and Avery's going to pick up some positive yardage. Look at him bounce off tacklers inside the 20-yard line.
Great job to see him work, but I think this is coming back on an illegal formation because it looked like we ran a bubble down to the boundary on the one receiver side, and he was looking for the bubble to the field, and it didn't happen. So I think we got a little miscommunication with our guys here.
This is the referee on the far sideline telling the Whitecap, Lance Lukes, what the penalty was. But just talk about college football. CollegeFootball.com just came out with something here that the longest tenured coaches in each state at all levels of football. So obviously we have NEIA and NCAA Division II in North Dakota. Longest tenured head coach, obviously, is the one right here in Valley City, Coach Mack in his 29th season. All the other coaches in the state of North Dakota combined are 31 years, and this is his 29th.
It's amazing testitude of what Coach Mack has done for Valley City State over his time. I mean, he's got to be up there in like the 4th or 5th winningest coach in the NAIA history.
He's in the top
too,
10
I believe.
for
I think
sure.
He's somewhere in there.
Yep.
And as he continues to go, if he stays for another few years, he can grow up those ranks a little bit more. He's just a phenomenal man, good coach. I've had the pleasure of coaching with him and continue a great relationship with him now that I'm the Highlanders head coach. We'll continue to work and see if we can get some Highlanders that are going to continue to go to school there.
Incomplete pass looking for Kunze again on that far side. 2:24, clock ticking here in the second quarter, no score. Well, the longest tenured coach, and I apologize, you'll know his name maybe, but he's at Montana Western.
Yeah, Coach Norse.
Coach Norse in his 12th year. Yep. And he is the longest tenured coach. He, too, coaching in the Frontier. The two don't meet this year, but Dickinson State with Coach Stanton and Montana Western do meet.
He's kind of like Coach Stanton at Dickinson State. He was the head coach at Western here, it was like 10 years ago, then took a stint off for a little bit while B.J. Robertson, who was one of my old coaches at Rocky, who's now part of the Nevada staff, took back over as the head coach. So he's had 2 stints at Montana Western. He's done a really good job at Montana Western. Western is very much like a VCSU program as it is the teacher school in Montana.
Okay.
So low tuition in beautiful Dillon, Montana, and they've done a really good job with building that program over the years.
From the 20-yard line, second down play coming up here. Bad snap, grabbed by Erlock. It's a fumble Ruski, and he takes inside the 30 and gets down to about the 28.
Heads up play to see the ball on the ground and just pick it up and get positive yards here, even though it's a 3rd and 14-ish now.
Yep.
Again, clock running for the Highlanders. They got to get going quickly here.
See if they can find Kunze again. He's been open. Just need to find him with a pass here. And it is 3rd and 14 from the 28-yard line. Final minute of the second quarter. Usually they take about a 5-minute halftime and then get back at it. So Gerlach will bring him up to the line with Langemo standing next to him. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. And Coach Jimmy Howard's trying to get one of his receivers to get a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. There we go.
Losing pressure seconds here, though. This isn't good.
You think got to be a 7th grader? Probably doesn't know where he's supposed to stand.
And then he literally backed up again after you told him to scoot up.
Here's a snap. Gerlach looking. He fakes the screen. Rolls out. Lee's got a lot of running room. He's to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Valley City.
Yahtzee, baby!
Avery.
Touchdown for 6.
He looks to his right, looking for the screen. He wasn't there. He goes to the left and takes it to the house for 28 yards.
It was a great job. And then Jens Kuzi, again, I'm saying his name. He was downfield, picked up the block that springed it for the touchdown. Great job by Jet, and good job for those guys scoring and getting in the end zone before halftime.
So the interception sets up the touchdown drive. And again, a 28-yard run by Avery Gerlach. And the Highlanders take a 6-0 lead. And now we'll have the 2-point conversion coming up here. And there you just saw everybody went following Langemo. Everybody came to the near side of the field. And Avery, a very headsy player, turned around to his left, and he knew I should have open field.
Yep. And then it was a foot race to that back pylon, that far pylon, and he won it.
2 receivers to either side of the field. Langemo standing to the left of Gerlach in the 2-point conversion. He's got the snap over to Malcolm. Malcolm makes a little bit of a move, but he is going to be wrapped up, and the conversion is no good.
Malcolm was open in open space, tried to make a little one quick dance move like the old Barry Sanders there, but wasn't able to get free for that extra point.
So with 16 seconds to go in the first half, 6-0 Valley City. On a 28-yard touchdown run by Avery Gerlach. And then the conversion no good. It's junior high football here. Again, we'll have a little bit of a break, about a 5-minute halftime, and then we'll get ready for the start of the third quarter. And you talk about your coaching staff. You have Coach Rob Hunt joining the coaching staff this year as the OC. Aaron Heck, Brandon Heck, who have been around the last for many years. And I think you even said it at the Coach's Appreciation. I think if you cut Aaron Heck, it's going to come up blue.
Yes, I agree. He doesn't turn red when you cut him. He'll stay blue as the blue as could be. Really excited about our coaching staff. I think we got a quality 6-man guys between me and the 5 other guys. We also hired 2 other young VCSU former football players, in Justin Cruz and Masala Silo. We call him Silo instead of Siao because I can't say his last name. You might have been able to, but I never did announce him when he was kicking for the Vikings. But they've done a really good job. I'm really proud of what Justin and Silo have done for us. Justin's helping us with our defensive backs, and then Silo's helping with the wide receivers, and then they're helping with all the film duties and responsibilities that go on besides what everyone knows. And it's something that our kids are getting used to now. That I told our kids, I said, I want to try to run our program as close to a college program as we can get. So in Huddle, we have everything broken down. We've got the last 3 games of Langdon broke down. We're trying to do those little things to make ourselves in a good position to allow the technology that we have nowadays to help our kids get in a better position to be able to win football games.
Now here's the ensuing kickoff taken by one of the up men, I think that's Friesian, and he will get down inside the 45, but that's going to do it for the first half. So the first half has come to a close with Valley City on that late touchdown by Avery Gerlach, leading at 6-0. We'll have a brief halftime, and then we'll be back for the start of the third quarter. Coach, can you come back?
I'll
for
come
the
back.
second
Yeah,
half?
I just got to go work the clock a little bit, make sure they've got the clocking situation taken care of, and I'll be over. So
appreciate it. Coach Chad Smith joining us here, and he'll be back with us in the second half. But again, the Highlanders leading at 6-0 at halftime. This is a Highlander football on the Highlander Activity Network.
you get on. I'll be right here.
Paul McDonald, Chad Smith back with you here at Hannah Field. 6-0 Valley City leading as we get ready to start the third quarter. The Highliners will be kicking to the Squirrels. Of course, the Squirrels moved up to Class AA this year, along with Kindred in varsity football. So they're going to find out they're going to find themselves into stiff competition. Minot North right now is the team people are saying are going to run away with that two-way football right now.
Yes. Now, I don't know how we'll let the kickoff happen here.
Low line drive kick. And Paulson rattles around, grabs, and he is brought down immediately. Hustle there. I think that was Malcolm again on the hustle. And Dominic comes up with the play for Val's. Check that. That is Orion, his younger brother, on the tackle.
That's one of those situations, a ball gets kicked over your head, you should just kind of fall on it and try to pick it up. But yeah, Minot North and Velva actually scrimmaged each other in film that we watched too. And to be quite honest, Velva pushed the ball all over them, to be quite honest, in the scrimmage. So we'll see. Castleton's a pretty good program. We went and scrimmaged out there with them, and I thought I was pretty impressed. They got two kids that are on the line that are an MSUM kid, and I think where the other one's going to school at. But I think they'll be okay. They'll be formidable. They're going to give a lot of different looks that you don't quite see from other programs as far as formations into the boundary, what we call FIB. And they just get you in awkward situations. And we struggled in the scrimmage. Now, we didn't game plan against them, don't get me wrong. But those sort of things I think they'll be just fine at that next level.
A handoff from the 24-yard line on the first down. The handoff up the middle goes to Hoffman.
You know, and it's one of those moves that's good for them and good for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 33 kids out for football for us. They had almost 84 is what Tommy Butler said. So, I mean, it is the time that flip and that switch kind of happens to where we are moving into that world where we are truly a more Class B, Class A school as far as enrollment's concerned. And so now we're going to play against teams that we've always been that fish in a big pond or a fish in a little pond, one or the other, you know what I mean? So it's kind of awkward for us at times.
Hoffman on the carry on the second down from the 28. He'll get out across the 32 to the 33-yard line. He'll bring up a third down, and we'll call it third and about 3 for Central Cass at their own 33-yard line.
Yeah, time for a big stop here for the Highlanders here. 3rd and 2-ish it looks like, really, and see if they can force a punt here with a stop.
In the backfield is the big back Hoffman. Colton Hoffman, Paulson in the pistol, gets his snap, off to Hoffman, cuts back, first down, 35, and out to the 40-yard line before being brought down there, but it is going to be enough for a first down, and Braden Schultz on the tackle for Valley City.
One of those situations where young defensive players don't know how to take angles at the correct tackle. Now, we had a kid there who was in position to make the tackle, but ended up flying up the upfield shoulder because he didn't realize that he has to track the near hip, tackle through that legs, and might have an opportunity to get the stop for a first down. 1st
and 10 from the 40 for Central Cass. And at quarterback Paulson, he is a 7th grader, Grady. Low snap, comes up with it, turns, handoff, gives it out to Parisian. Parisian fights his way out to the 44. He'll get 4 yards, and he'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Squirrels.
You know, we were talking a little bit about just the attrition that our football program has seen over the few years. Numbers to think about as fans of what we're kind of going through is 2 years ago when I was the offense coordinator, we had almost 62 kids out for football. We have 34 out now.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see our 7th and 8th graders have almost 29 to almost 30 kids between the two classes, and then Thunder having 4 teams available. I'll finish my thought here after this play.
From the 44, 2nd down play coming up. And up Parisian again, bounces to the outside at the 50. Parisian stays on his feet to the 45 and down to the Highliner 43-yard line. And we have an injured Highliner all the way back. I think that is Langamo, as Langamo had a shot at him at the 45. But it'll be 1st and 10 for Central Cass.
You know, we were talking a little bit about without the attrition. My job as the head coach now is trying to figure out how do we get our culture back a little bit inside of our program. How do we get these Thunder kids to continue to play football on the junior high level, and then from the junior high level, do they stay playing in football on the high school level? You look at 4 classes and we have 34 kids out, but yet at the junior high level, we have almost 30 kids within 2 classes, and then we have 4 teams out for our Thunder football. Somewhere there's a disconnect that we're losing the kids to not want to keep on playing football, whether that's A, they don't like contact, or B, it's some sort of culture situation where I think in some cases our old programs didn't care as much about our youth programs. I think we're really excited about Friday night. I've asked our flag football kids that are the young kids to help us in the end zone pregame, and they're going to help us take the field. I think it'll be really cool for them and maybe build a core memory for them to realize that, you know, the Highliner varsity program cares about us and wants to continue to build forward. I think that's the biggest challenge for me as the head coach is just how do we build our Highliner pride and culture to come back. This is a very culture-rich school and has high pride. It just has been kind of dissipated in the last couple of years, and it's really no one's fault other than it's just the changing of the times sometimes. But someone's got to make a point of it in order for it to change, right?
1st and 10 from the 44. Central Cass with 8:22 remaining in Highliner territory. Opening drive of the third quarter. Paulson, again, low snap, goes on the inside handoff, and a yard or 2 on the inside and the carry. See, I got to put glasses on there, Chad, because I'm like twice your age, so I just got to.
That's all right.
Figure out who these guys are when you put these glasses on, and that was Brendan Owen on the carry.
Again, this was the charge that I talked with Coach Hunt when I was in the interview process of getting our culture and figured out, and Rob's been on the same playing level as I am, is how do we figure out how to get Highliner pride back throughout our program. So I'll let this play finish as I keep on talking about this for a little bit and what we're doing to implement in this.
From the 42, it is a 2nd down and 8. Paulson gives off. Carry is Hoffman inside the 40, down to the 39. It'll be short of a first down. A host of tacklers there for Valley City, led by Camden Amon, one of the Barnes County North boys.
Yeah, and Caden, his older brother, was an old Barnes County North kid that we had when I was coaching for a little bit. He graduated for us last year, so we love seeing that. We got to get our Barnes County kids involved a little bit more. I know the emergency co-op happened late, and so our kids aren't eligible to play in varsity matches this year. But as we continue to go, I think that relationship needs to continue to grow and get our kids and get more Barnes County kids over here and just and tell them, hey, you're part of the Highliners now.
Yeah.
Be with us, and we want to embrace you and use you.
From the 39, it is a 3rd down and 8. In the pistol is Paulson. Mitchell standing next to him. Hoffman, the lone setback. He'll not take the handoff. It will be a quarterback keep on the bootleg by Paulson, and he is wrapped up inside the 34 right at the sticks. Malcolm coming up with the tackle there, just kind of wrapped him up. Good textbook tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down.
No, I think they're giving it 4th and short.
Are they going to stop him? Good, he did stop him then.
So big opportunity for the Highlanders here to make a stop and turn over on downs possibly. You know, some of the things that we're trying to incorporate in a program to get culture is, if you look out here on the film right now and you see on the sideline, there's every varsity kid right now is doing something for us in the Highliner program with these junior high kids. There's some of them doing water, some of them working around. We challenged them to help us coach. You know, some of the guys are working the chains across. I'm on the booth with you right now. It's something I wanted to show that we care about our younger kids and care about our programs from top to bottom.
At the 34, 4th and inches here for Central Cass at the Highliner 34. 5:45 to go, third quarter. 6-0 Valley City. Handoff right up the middle is Hoffman. He's got the first down. He'll take it to the 27-yard line, gain of 7. It'll be first down for the Squirrels.
Yeah, Coach Milbrandt doesn't look like he's too excited about what happened there. He gave that old sigh, hum, and clap as he came into the sideline after I'm sure he had a little blitz called there and thought he could make the stop there on 4th and short.
Well, the thing with football, too, is the coaching staff is the continuity. Yeah, for 15 years, we had 16 years, we had Coach Rorick.
Yep.
A couple years with Coach Engen, now in your first year. But you look at this staff down here with junior high, 3 out of these 4 guys, Jimmy Howard, Tom Milbrandt, and Preston Myers, they've all been together. This is their 7th season together as a staff. Brandon Myers, and then Preston was with him up until he moved to Jamestown. Here's his bad snap. Paulson grabs, and he will get some positive yardage to the 25-yard line, gets a couple yards, brings up second down.
Yeah, it's just really good that we have consistency with our coaching staff. And, You know, I was able to meet with all of our coaches this summer and just talk to them about what the challenge was and what the change was going to be. And I said, you know what, it's going to be the hardest on you guys as coaches because I'm going to ask you guys to learn languages and terminology that you may not be comfortable with, but it's for the better whole and better group. And I said, I didn't want to take away your play calling abilities, but I just want to challenge us to be able to, that these junior high kids are hearing the same cover two voices, they're hearing the same formations, they're hearing over, under as a defense, and that they are able to great play in the backfield here.
And that is going to be a tackle for a loss back to the 30 or 27-yard line. It's going to be a loss of
42 in there, and I saw 52 in there, which was...
That is 42, Corbin Boom on the tackle.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we have a 52 on our roster, so I don't know who that is.
Either way, it was a big defensive play for Valley City.
Yeah, it made it 3rd and 9 for us, which, again, opportunity for us to make it a 4th down and potentially get off the field.
Paulson in the shotgun. Parisian stands back behind him. Here's the snap on the ground. He is going to be wrapped up, and he's going to be brought down on the sack for Valley City. I think that was Kalen Hansen that came in there and made the play defensively for the Highliners.
It's amazing watching young kids, and when the ball falls on the ground, it's like sharks to blood. He was there in a hurry, and it's like, where's that all the time? But they're using their eyes, trying to see things, don't quite see everything. But in this case, the ball was on the ground. You see the defensive end just scream to the ball, make a tackle for a loss, and now we're in a 4th and 15 situation for the Squirrels.
As we hit the 3-minute mark left to go in the third quarter. Valley City leading at 6-0 on a 28-yard touchdown run by Avery Gerlach just before the end of the first half. Two receivers here to the near side, two receivers wide to the right. High formation, Parisian behind Paulson. From the 33. Whoop, little flinch there, but no flag. Paulson wants to throw, near side. Then it's going to be intercepted. There's Kunze again. His second interception of the game. He'll take it out to the 25-yard line.
Great job on the interception by Kunze. To be quite honest, though, if we're talking older football, it was 4th down. He probably should have batted the ball down because they would have had better field position.
Right.
But we're not gonna complain about that.
Pad the stats.
Pad the stats if you're Kunze. Let's get the interception. I love that he was dragging 3 squirrels as he was trying to run away through it too.
So the Highliners will take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line with 2:25 to go in the third quarter. That interception by Kunze in the first half set up that first touchdown drive. Now getting a chance here with Gerlach in at quarterback. You'll have Langamo, who was briefly shaken up in the early stages of this quarter. Now back there, standing to his right. Two receivers to the right, one receiver split wide to the far side of the field. With clock down 2:14, now they're going to get that second receiver to the far side. Kyler Brobst. He's the wide receiver. There's his snap. Gerlach gives to Langamo up the middle, running him to the 25, and then that hole closed rather quickly. But he is still going to get out across the 25 to about the 27.
Yeah, great little run play in the zone concept there. Creased it, run right up the hash that we kind of talked about in the playbook of that's where that ball needs to hit in zone and put us in a trying to get 3 yards, and we get to 2nd and 8, so we got 2 out of it, but putting ourselves in good down in distance.
Pearson on the tackle for Central Cass. It'll bring up 2nd down out to the 27-yard line. Called 2nd and 7. Keep that clock moving.
Clock should be running, guys. Only the end of the 4th quarter.
The last 2 minutes of the 4th?
Yes, should be normal clock rules, but after that we should be running. Yep, and there's Coach Hunt looking up there trying to see what's going on.
Oh, he's going to
Don't worry, Rob.
You.
Don't worry, Rob. I'm entertaining the crowd. I'll go back and do my job with our players in a minute.
From the 27. Here's a high snap. Gerlach comes down with it. Throwing over the middle. He's got his man incomplete. Looking for Kunze again over the middle. A little bit too high, but right off the fingertips. Boy, if he hits him in the hands there, that might be another touchdown.
Yeah, it was very close. And honestly, I like the way the ball jumped out of his hand for a young kid. He's got a little bit of an arm. That's good to see for us.
Gerlach, who plays baseball over in Jamestown. We were talking about it. I think he played 1 year here in Valley and now is over in Jamestown playing J-ball, but does live in Valley.
Okay.
We like to get backstories correct here, and I do appreciate Matt March, one of the great coaches for the Thunder football.
he's done a phenomenal job with Thunder. I mean, he's asked me so much questions this summer, too, about, hey, what can we implement in the Thunder program? What do we do? You know, they're going to have their home game with us, and we're going to honor them and they'll play some Thunder football out in halftime and help us lead us on the field and do those things to, again, it's all about building this culture and trying to get kids excited about playing football at the varsity level.
From the 27, Gerlach, running room. Hand flag on the play. Probably going to be a holding call coming up here against the Highliners. He got back to the line of scrimmage at the 27.
You know, something new that we're going to implement this Friday is what's called the Highliner Walk. So when we enter the program, if anyone's kind of known a little bit of NDSU, they have the Bison Walk after they get done with their breakfast and they walk into the dome to go get down and go get dressed for the game and get ready for warm-ups. I kind of wanted to do something similar for us to get us kind of excited. So at 5:30, we're going to have our kids meet up in the Jefferson parking lot, and we're going to all walk together 2 by 2, and we'll come out of this nice, beautiful new gate at the Jefferson Park right here, and then walk by, hopefully, our tailgaters and parents and everyone that's doing that at 5:30, and then walk into the stadium to get ready for the game. I hope it's something that allows us to maybe build our tailgating areas a little bit more and get our fans a little bit more involved and make them feel appreciated and let the kids understand how many kids and parents are out there supporting us. We have phenomenal parents that are giving us great support. You know, we're trying to implement the flag program sponsorship back again, and it was down in numbers the last couple of years, and all of a sudden we've already had, I think we've got to get numbers tallied, but I bet we have 15 people that have done that, and that's phenomenal for us to get 15 parents that have wanted to donate back to the program, and all that money goes back into our football program. That's above and beyond what the Valley City Public Schools will do for them. So for us, it bought us, we had some awesome burgers and fries from Fast Lane, or Victory Lane, I think it was, up in Velva on the way back home, and just doing those sort of things that our parents have put money into our program, and it's a great job for them.
That was the end of the third quarter, so we have 12 minutes in this one left to go. Valley City leading at 6-0. Again, is a 28-yard touchdown run by Avery Gerlach that came with 16 seconds to go in the second quarter. 2-point conversion pass failed as Dominic Malcolm was wrapped up and tackled right before he could get in for that conversion. And thus a 6-0 score here as we get into the fourth quarter. Again, after this, they'll have just a quick break, and then we're going to have 2 quarters of another half of football, as they're going to let more of the 8th graders in, and kind of a mix again for both these teams. Because the biggest thing is you want these kids to get out on the field and play.
Yes, 100%. And that's just it. I know it's a little bit of running clock, but you want to get all these kids some playing time in some way, in shape, or form. And it's not easy at the junior high level when you got we were thinking we had almost 40 kids and you only have 6 games in the year. How do you get all those kids playing time? So we've got to figure out, be creative on how we do that a little bit more. And maybe that's even on a Saturday doing an inter-squad scrimmage or something that's live too. And telling these kids it's about playing and getting reps. I don't know, I think our kids nowadays need to have go play, not do drills. Right? Don't do drills 20, 25 minutes and then kids are standing around. All of a sudden they're no longer having fun anymore. They're not engaged. They're not moving around. Let's get these kids out and get reps, get to play the game of football. Yes, you're going to make mistakes, but let's coach it on the fly as we're coaches, and let's get them more reps and let them play.
Kind of like in baseball, you got the batting cage and the pitching machine, but you want to see live pitching. That's how they're going to get better, just see that live pitching and get out there and get some swings. On the punt, on the 4th down, here's an end-over-end kick. Punt there by Steele Thornton. Taken, Hoffman, right up the middle and stacked at the 41-yard line.
You know, we were just talking about Matt Marsh and how good of a program he's doing for the Thunder football. I just got a text from him saying he wants to sponsor a flag sponsorship for us, and that's phenomenal. If anyone ever wants to listen to that, it would like to sponsor to our guys, I have only asked our parents that are on the varsity level to do that right now. But if you wanted to, you could give Tiffany Smith a call at the admin office, and she'd be able to get that lined up for you and get you in the program before then. I do probably need to get that in tomorrow so we can get that in the program for Friday. But really appreciate the support. It's not something I wanted to announce to the public per se, but it was more of a parents only and working off of that. But if anyone wants to do it, I'm never going to turn it away.
Oh, heck no. You never turn away.
No.
No. So the Squirrels, okay, I was going to say, did I miss something? But no, it is Squirrel football to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Milbrand called the timeout. I had to talk to someone here at the nearest sideline here about just what's going on in this certain down and distance situation, it looks like.
Oh, he might have had one too many guys on the field. And so the timeout on the field. Again, coming up here on Friday night, our first Highlander game. Highlanders taking on Langdon Area Munich, and that will be a 7 o'clock kickoff here from Hannah Field. And we'll be on around 6:45 with the pregame here on the Highlander Activity Network. And it's going to be another great year of football and great year of sports. Of course, the volleyball this year now under the 3-class system. So it'll be fun to see what Coach Claybo and her crew does as they move into that 3-class system. So we'll see the same teams that we did during basketball season, the Northern Cass, Kindred, Lisbon, Central Cass, Fargo, Oak Grove, Wahpeton. And they'll be in that Region 1 for volleyball. We are hosting the regional this year as well at the Hack, and also hosting the individual wrestling tournament at the Hack this winter. So they see the big, nice facility come into their class, and they're like, "Oh, okay, now you guys get to host."
And that's just great for us. That's again, if our enrollment's down, we need to be with there and play with like competition. And then if we have the nicer facilities, yeah, why not? Why not us be the host? That's awesome. Get community support, help our businesses out a little bit too, and that's always the best thing for us.
From the 42, swing pass, Parisian at the 45, come back to the middle of the 40, gets inside the 40, down to the 38. It'll be a pickup of 4, brings up second down.
Yeah, great little snag concept to the boundary there. They ran wide receiver out to the flats and ran a slant by the number 1 receiver out there. They're basically high-low on the will linebacker or the boundary linebacker there. What I like seeing from our Highlanders there is the rally to the ball. There was about 8 Highlanders there to make that tackle. Picked up 5 yards, good little concept. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose on defense, but I love seeing the flying to the ball.
Everybody's looking up here. What are they looking for? From the 38.
Yeah, maybe me not doing my job that I need to go over there and do or something.
Well, you got to trust your kids, too. Here's a handoff, gets off to Parisian. Parisian wrapped up by Langamo and brought down after a short pickup. Well, gave him 6 yards to the 32. It'll bring up third down, and that is going to be third, about 4 yards to go.
See, I actually have been enjoying this, too, because I need to get to know these kids' names,
There
too.
you go,
I'm
yes.
not a teacher in our school, so I need to get to know who's going to be our future Highlanders. How do I continue to recruit them? How do we get them to play football? I actually think I'd like to start a program for us for those 8th graders that are going to move and become a freshman for us. Do we do like a college signing day, set out the table, have a signing program, have them take pictures and do all that and make it kind of exciting for them? It's something I got to organize and get together, but it's something that's a thought that's been in my mind.
Our JV is at Central Cass tonight, if memory serves.
Yes, they are.
As the JV and junior highs, they'll usually play on Monday nights. And, of course, it's going to be tough if there's a home game on the 8th because the Vikings play on Monday night to open up the season against the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
But yeah, our JV team's over in Castleton right now playing over there. We took, I think, 16 kids over there to go play.
Okay.
Castleton, I said, had 85 kids when we went and scrimmaged them, so I don't know how many JV kids they have over there. So they're probably getting – it may not be pretty, let's put it that way, but that's okay. It's about getting reps and quality reps, and it's going to be filmed for them so they can get better, too, and learning how to get better off of football.
So 4th and 1 from the 33. Handoff goes to Hoffman. He'll have the first down. He'll get to the 30-yard line, gains 3 yards, and it'll be enough for a Central Cass first down at the Valley City 30.
Again, a lot of bend, but don't break for the Highlanders here. They've let the Squirrels get in the red zone about 3 to 4 times now, but they've turned them away every time.
And that was our defense's philosophy in that first half against Velva. They had, I think 3 turned over on downs, 1 the half ended, and 1 they had to punt.
Yeah, but, I as the head coach, I knew that was happening early because we actually gained field possession somewhere in mid-first quarter. I was like, oh, great, we have the field position. How do we keep it? And all of a sudden, Velva rammed it down our throats, got past the 50, and then we were never able to get out of it. Now, we dug ourselves out of a few holes, but we were just offensively, we would never get that field position back. And it was, I guess it bend but don't break, but we just did enough to stay out of the end zone.
Here's a swing pass to Mitchell, complete at the 25 on a 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Paulson hits Mitchell on the far side. And it will be a pickup to the 24. Gain of 7 brings up second down.
Love to see the safety that was flying down. I don't know who that was. It's the one that's got the arm sleeves for us. Is that Gerlach? It might have been. Yeah, it was Gerlach coming down. I love the idea that he just came down and didn't have any fear, tried to make the tackle. What he did is made the ball carrier then stop his legs and allow the defense to rally to the ball. Sometimes it's about just attacking in those positions where you have angles and forcing a ball carrier to do something different that allows the other guys to show up. If he would have been passive and tentative off there, could have made a move, and then all of a sudden it could have been gone for 6.
We have a flag on the far side on the 2nd down and 4. or 2nd down and 3 from the 24. So now a penalty. Lance Luke's our white cap. It is encroachment on Valley City, so that'll give them the 1st down by penalty. He'll take it down to about the 18-yard line. It'll be to the 19. 1st and 10 for Central Cass in the Highlander 19. Officials, this is preseason for them as well. I see Brian Yanish, who down on the field, he does a lot of college football.
Yes, he does.
A lot of Frontier Conference football. And looking to pass Paulson. Now he's got a man wide open, complete touchdown on the far side. He was looking for the swing, and his man got back behind the secondary, and a touchdown from 19 yards for Central Cass, and that ties the game at 6.
Yeah, good little concept there by the Squirrels. They got into spread formation there, which is 2-by-2. They ran the bubble and go off that inner route. The quarterback faked the bubble throw and then hit the seam running down right on the numbers, and it was a beautiful pass. Back shoulder, good catch, good finish, and good touchdown. Now we got an opportunity to go for 2 here and see if they can take the lead against the Highliners.
That was the touchdown to Gavin Niersen. And now the 2-point conversion coming up here for the Squirrels.
Lining up in a pro set, eye near.
Get in the pistol formation, if you will. Off the handoff, going off right side, and he did not get in.
No, he didn't. Good stop by the Highliners. We got a tie ball game. Great job.
That was Kunze that was one of the Highliners in there coming up with the tackle, so we are tied 6-6 with 6:41 left to go. And I was talking about Brian Yanish. He was down talking to the referee on the near sideline, and when the play didn't happen, the referee held up 4th down. But this was a conversion, so Yanni had to go over and tell him, no, it's a conversion attempt, so you got to do this because it's no good conversion.
Oh, we just lost our scoreboard. I got to go do my work. 1 second.
Oh, you better go work. Yep, go do your job. So we have the scoreboard malfunction, and so Coach Smith is going to go and work on that. But the 2-point conversion did not work. So we are tied 6-6 with 7:05 left to go. A reminder, you're watching Highlander football, junior high football here on the Highlander Activity Network. Camera operator Beckett Ness, for the first time, making his debut on the Highlander Activity Network. Good to see you, Beckett. You can see him a lot during the robotics season this year.
Scoreboard came back alive. That's good.
Oh, you got? What, did you turn it back on?
I think we bumped it with our foot on the exit sign. You know, our scoreboards had a little bit of delay, so I got a 20-foot extension for the antenna to go up above on the roof, and I hope that takes away that little 2-second delay. That
hiccup?
Yep, because our scoreboards always had a little 2-second delay. If anyone's ever wondering, yes, we're aware of it.
Yep.
No, not much I can do about it. Again, got an antenna extension. It's $250, holy cow, for an extension, but we'll see
I
if
could have
that
given
fixes
you
it
more
for
than
us.
that. I remember last year you had a lot of officials that did not know that, saying, come on, the clock should be running. Yes, it's going to go. Just patience. So now the kickoff here for Central Cass. 6:41 to go here in this 4th quarter. Game tied 6-6. And the Squirrels will kick it off. That is Niersen. And up ahead, here's Malcolm to the 35 at the 40, near sideline 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Orion Malcolm takes it home. We do have a flag, though, back behind the play at the 20-yard line, so this may come back.
Boy, what a great little run there by Malcolm. He came into the right-hand side. The kick was outside a little bit on the hash. He fielded it. Came to the outside, made one little juke move. It was a beautiful juke move, and then he outraced everyone to the sideline. So I don't know what this flag's for. Must be clipping, but that's a bummer because honestly, that penalty didn't need to happen because Malcolm was outrunning anyone anyways.
That's Orion Malcolm. He's the 8th grader. Dominic is the 7th grader. Personal foul against Valley City. So instead of a touchdown, they're going to go 15 yards back from the point of the foul, which looks like about the 13, so they're going to be back around the 28.
Oh, killer penalties that take away points off the board. You never like seeing that happen. But
that was about a 65-yard return, I think.
Yeah. Get a little swig of water now.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Highliners from the Central Cass 28-yard line. As we had 6:10 to go. A lot of changes in the college football, too, this year. And if you watch a lot of college football, your referee in the backfield, now you're going to have 2 officials in the backfield, offensive backfield. One of the changes you'll see instant replay. And of course, now with my job at Valley City State University, I'm in charge of making sure that the instant replay works. The iPads are ready to go for the officials, and tested it out with our scrimmage here the other day, and it's going to be a game changer, really.
That's a big deal for the NAI level. I know we had it in the Missouri Valley when I was at NDSU, and it makes a big difference on the right calls and where we're situations.
Gerlach trying to thread the needle over the middle to Kunze, incomplete, but it was almost intercepted. Paulson nearly picked that one off.
Yeah, they were running a little short post route by number 2 there. It was open, but again, the ball was just a little bit behind and almost picked.
Also, the instant replay is for all sports, basketball, volleyball. You'll have a net cam. You'll have 2 baseline cams for volleyball. And I've seen demos on this, and it's so interesting when you watch the demos on these cams. You can see fingers being bent back on tips.
That's
the official may say no tip, but then they run it back, and you can just see fingers getting moved backwards on tips.
Technology has just made things so much easier for us. I mean, look at what we're doing right now. We're broadcasting a junior high game, and it doesn't take much because we have the huddle focus camera that's handling it, and then all of a sudden you just have to broadcast the voice.
Here's a handoff to Langamo. Lango at the 30. Langamo looking for running room, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. No gain on the play. As trying to get to the outside was Langamo. It'll bring up a 3rd down for Valley City with 4:40 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Nixon, the 7th grader. Again, a good number of 7th graders for Valley City. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 7th graders, 11 8th graders. Around 62 in the 5th and 6th grade in Thunder football. It's going to create an interesting Thunder Bowl this year. You'll have the top 2 teams will play in the Thunder Bowl, and then that team that isn't will get kind of drafted up amongst the other 2, and so they all get a chance to play in the Thunder Bowl, which is always a blast here at Hannah Field. 3rd down play coming up here for the Highliners, 3:55 remaining. 2 receivers on both sides of the field. Langamo standing next to Gerlach. On a big 3rd down play from the 28. Snap goes right to Langamo. Langamo gets a little bit of a block, gets it to the outside, but then wrapped up and brought down after a short pickup of the 26.
Boy, our little guys are struggling with their snaps a little bit. Gerlach's not a very big kid to begin with. Sit there, the snap goes up and high and all kind of over his head, but it's a good thing Langamo was headsy about it, grabbed it, took off and ran and get a positive gain for us. 4th and long, though, here. We've got to try to get this ball inside the 15-yard line for a 1st down.
Let's see if Coach Howard is setting up Central Cass. They've been running off to the right. It's 4th down and 8 from the 26. Why don't you try that play that you got a 28-yard touchdown run on where you fake the little screen to Langamo to the right, and then Gerlach comes around to the left, and there's going to be a lot of grass here.
Yes, I have no problem with that. That would be a smart idea to do here. I know they're trying to just stay within the confines of our playbook, though. But I have no problem with a little creativity. I actually could see the reverse happening by the short side in that 2-by-2 spread, bring everything down, tell them to push crack to the safety and run 2 to the field. And if it's Orion again, I'd love to see the speed of him coming back off of a reverse.
Timeout on the field with 2:45 to go here in quarter number 4. This is junior high football. Valley City and Central Cass. Game tied 6-6. Avery Gerlach with a 28-yard touchdown run. Back at the 16 seconds left to go in the 2nd quarter. And then it was Paulson to Nearson, 19-yard completion for a touchdown at the 7:05 mark of this 4th quarter. In both instances, the 2-point conversion was no good, and thus our 6-6 score here with 2:25 remaining in the final quarter. And, we got a good crowd here for the junior high parents for Valley City and for Central Cass. A budding rivalry on the basketball court, and volleyball. And now in wrestling, of course, Central Cass in wrestling a couple years ago moved up into Class A into the EDC in wrestling. So they'll stay put while Valley City will drop down to Class B. And, boy, that is going to be one. If you have You thought the Class A wrestling in the EDC was fun. Wait till you see Class B wrestling in the Southeast with Lisbon and Oaks and South Border and Lemoore Litchfield Marion. There's going to be some great Napoleon Gackle Streeter. You're going to see some great wrestling this winter with those Class B schools. From the 26-yard line, fourth down play coming up here for the Highliners. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Langamo standing to the left of Gerlach. Gerlach wants to throw. He wants to go deep. Far side, has his man tipped and incomplete. Knocked away at the last minute. Looking for Malcolm, and it'll bring up the ball going over on down. Oh, hang on there. Do we have a penalty? Nope. Ball goes over on downs.
Good little route there by Malcolm. Dominic, that's the younger brother out of the two. Orion is the one that had the kick return, and then Dominic's the one that was on the receiving end of that pass there. Almost caught it, a little bit underthrown, so he had to jump to come back for it. But good opportunity there, and nice try by the Highliners.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line from the 27 for Central Cass. Of course, with the running clock now, with the inside 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, it will stop normal. It'll be normal play here.
I got to go tell our guys that, too,
Yep,
because it's running right now.
Paulson in at quarterback. He's the shotgun. He's been in all the way here for Central Cass. 1st and 10 from the 27. Paulson to throw. Looks one way, got the other way. Directing traffic. Far side, has his man incomplete. Had his man open. That was Cruz Pearson, and went off the fingertips, incomplete. So a big break there for Valley City. That could have gone for a lot of yards.
Yeah, we got big Cale Van Hall Dietz, and we got Owen Hunt over there working our scoreboard for us today. They're doing a good job. They're trying to do everything. They're trying to get the down and distance on there and where the ball's located at. So they're doing a lot for it. I told them, I challenged them. I was like, you don't just have to hit start and stop on the clock. Let's do everything. If you're going to do it right.
From the 27, 2nd and 10. Paulson in the pistol. He'll give off on the far side. Hoffman across the 30, out to the 35. Going to be short of a first down. We'll bring up 3rd and about 2, and we're going to have a timeout. And the timeout will go to Central Cass.
These junior high games go pretty fast, don't they? I'm like, all of a sudden we were talking. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're in the fourth quarter.
Wait a minute, it's the fourth quarter already.
Now we got Trey and Leighton Hendrickson going out there to give water to our guys. This is what I talked about. Our program needs to be invested with our young guys and continue to help them understand that we care about them.
Well, these guys remember what it was like. It wasn't, well, Trey's a senior and Leighton a junior this year, I believe.
Sophomore.
He is only a sophomore.
It's kind of crazy. We're starting a bunch of seniors, and then the junior class, there's only 4 of them, or 3 of them out playing football. So we're relying on a lot of sophomores to play a lot of football. And it was something I had to think about when we got done with that Velva game going. We had 5 guys that probably really saw their first ever varsity playing time, and it was a real deal against the defending state champs, and they held their own. But I told them, I'm like, you're gonna have to grow up fast, because I'm like, we don't get an opportunity to rest at all with Langdon coming in here Friday.
From the 35, it is 3rd down and 2, 1:27, clock ticking, fourth quarter. Paulson fakes, wants to go deep, wide open, and he's got his man to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 15,
on, Dominic,
10, 5, and touchdown. Malcolm could not get the ankle tackle. It'll be a 65-yard touchdown to Gavin Nearson, and it is 12-6.
Yeah, unfortunately, the same situation, same concept. It was the bubble and go. Streaking down the sideline, made a great throw from the quarterback, and he outraced everyone to the sideline.
So a 65-yard pass and catch.
And then it looks like Gerlach's in the end zone. Probably lost a little wind. He dove there at the end. Hopefully he gets up and he's fine.
He might have gotten the
cleat right in his
cleat
chest.
in his face or in his chest when he went down trying to ankle tackle.
And like Danica, our trainer, was saying, junior high football, and his parents know, you could have had stuffed on your toe and screaming bloody murder, and actually had broken bones and screaming like bloody murder, and you never know the difference.
So he is on his feet, shaking out the cobwebs. Coach Rob Hunt. Maybe Brandon Myers. They look similar somewhat. I don't know how, but they do.
That far away. Body size. Brandon's a little bit bigger, but yeah, same body size. I mean, they're 6 foot. They're 6 foot. However, they're monsters as far as to all the eyes.
So both coaches are going to escort Avery off the field. As Central Cass will line up for the 2-point conversion. 1:11 left to go here in this fourth quarter. They'll go into the pro set with Paulson in the pistol. On this 2-point conversion for Central Cass. Snap, low, grab by Paulson. He's going to try to ad-lib, bounces to the outside. Nearly a nice tackle by Malcolm, but then he cut around the corner, and he gets in for the conversion.
Yeah, Orion was so close there to making the tackle and stopping him on the 2-point conversion. Just a scramble situation. Ball ended up on the ground. Quarterback scrambled to his left. Like I said, Orion Malcolm was just about there to make the tackle, but just missed off the shoelaces.
So we come back up the field with 53 seconds left to go here in quarter number 4. Again, this is junior high football on the Highland Activity Network. Glad you could join us on this Monday evening. We'll have a half a game coming up after this. They're going to give the 8th graders from Central Cass and their plethora of 8th graders, and then a mix of 7th and 8th graders for Valley City. We'll play a half of football to give them a chance to get out on the field and get some time in.
And we'll get started fairly quick. Coach Hunt told me 5 minutes in between the games is
okay.
all.
So now the kickoff coming here. The last time we had this was a 65-yard return by Malcolm, Orion Malcolm, but it was called back because of a personal foul, illegal block on Valley City. And he will be back deep right now along with Dominic Malcolm and Langamo. The official has the ball, gives the ball to the kicker. He's got it teed up. I believe that is Nearson that is doing the kicking here for Central Cass. Here's the approach, the bouncing kick. Malcolm to the 30. At the 35, hesitates to the 40 and gets out across the 40 out to about the 43-yard line before being tackled by Paxton Randall.
Well, I see a lot of athleticism out of our Highliner team. If we can get to the perimeter and get guys out there, I love seeing what Orion and Dominic Malcolm are both doing out there. I really like the athleticism of Gerlach and seeing Jens Kunze. I'm excited to see what the future holds for us if those kids decide to keep on playing football. This
junior high team will be on the road, take on Sargent County next Tuesday, the day after Labor Day. They'll be back home Monday the 8th against Lisbon. And then they'll be on the road on the 15th at Mayport CG. Timeout taken here by Central Cass. Then back-to-back home games on the 22nd and 29th of September with Hillsborough Central Valley and Edgeley-Ellendale Cullum. Or it's actually Ellendale-Edgeley Cullum, but Eek, as I like to call them.
Eek. And if anyone didn't know, our varsity game is going to be played in Culm.
I was going to be check that. It is going to be in Culm is where they'll play that one. That's the home of the Gophers. The Gopher Holds, what they used to call their basketball court.
I did not know that.
There you go. So you learned something.
I do.
Yeah. See? Stick with me, man. You'll
Never
go places.
Too old. Core value wisdom. Now I learned something. Got to remember and use it in the future.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Highliners at their own 43-yard line. Probably time for one, maybe two plays here and see if they can break a big one, trailing 14-6 here in the fourth quarter. It'll be from the 43.
There's a good old train horn. Love hearing that.
Yeah. If
Coach Heck mounted the big old air horn for us this week, and we'll take the field with that. I'm excited. We got to make that sucker blow a lot this year.
After every score. We want people that live in Sanborn to hear it.
Exactly.
From the 43. Wrong direction for Sanborn, but.
Yeah, you pointed east. It's west.
I pointed in the wrong direction. From the 43. Back to pass. Here's Bollingberg. He'll swing it out and incomplete. Yeah, he was looking one way, threw back to the other side of the field to Langamo, incomplete.
Very close to a backwards pass, and that's why I think everyone kind of stood around and wondered what the official was going to call there, if it was a forward or a backward pass.
If you're not sure, just go after the ball.
Exactly.
Don't wait for the referee to make the decision for you. Just go after the ball. 2nd down and 10 for the Highliners. That's the first time I was going to make that mistake and say Royals. That's not bad that I got through almost a whole
baseball
game.
Yep, baseball season's over.
From the 43.
Not that I don't mind baseball season, but it's football season now, so give us our due.
Here's Bollingberg wanting to throw over the middle. Intercept, a
Oh.
nice one-handed pick, and back the other way, and then dropping to his knees on the interception. I believe that was a 21 on the pick there. That was Bo Parisian. That was a one-hander.
Double post concept there. The only problem was he should have gone to the number 1 on the deeper post instead of the shallow post. He had the deep post open, saw what he was looking at, but we threw it shallow, and that was a pretty athletic interception. It was right hand, one-handed catch, tucked, and then ran down the sideline to probably ice this game.
Got about a 13-yard return. So from the 37.
9 seconds left. Take the knee. Victory formation, I would guess. Oh, Kale hit the start the clock anyway, so they won't even have to snap it.
And there's the horn. So that is the end of this junior high game. They'll have a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and play 2 quarters of 8th grade football, because a lot of the 8th graders played both ways, and so they're going to give them a chance to play a little bit more football here on this beautiful Monday night. Final score in this first game of the 7th graders, it is Valley City falling to Central Cass 14-6. We're back with more Highlander football from Hannah Field on the Highlander Activity Network. Now our 8th graders, well, pretty much all 8th graders for Central Cass, and a mixture of 8th graders and all 8th graders, and then a mixture of 7th graders here in this second game. Again, we're only going to play a half a game, 2 12-minute quarters. There's a line drive kick, and hits off the foot. I think that was off of Langamo. Now he picks up. He's going to start to run with it across the 30. And actually, that's Jacob Bollingberg.
I think that was Langamo.
It was 7, Langamo. And so that's twice. 3 times an amount. The Highliners.
I won't fire you, Paul.
Oh, Brian might.
You're too good to be fired.
Our executive producer, Brian Krewald. Camera operator tonight, Beckett Ness, making his Highliner Activity Network debut, or debut, as I used to say back in the day when I didn't realize what it was. Garrett Govan, at quarterback here for the Highliners. He is definitely a dual threat quarterback, big, tall, gangly right-hander. Very good pitcher.
A lot of family names that I hear, but I wonder how the family tree connections all go up. Like Govan, is he related to Dr. Govan?
He is related to Grant Govan, the physical therapist. And he is his dad, and mom is Becky, the principal of Jefferson.
My fiance Tammy would get after me for this because she wants me to know everyone's family's names and trees because she's a Highlander.
Well, she's a Highlander.
She's a Highlander from '88, yeah, and so she gets after me that I don't know every family tree and name, and I try my best.
Well, stick with me. I'll teach you all the families.
Okay.
From the 33-yard line, it'll be second down coming up here after that short pickup for Valley City. It looks like a loss of 1, so it'll be a second down and 11. I think we just had an eclipse. Did Boston walk in? Yep, we did.
Yeah, Boston and Derek Shea. I just asked what they want to get on the headset. They both said no.
Well, they're very quiet gentlemen. There's a carry by Govan, and he will get short of the first down by about a yard. No, they're going to give him the first down. Back up to the 44-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Valley City. This is the long and short of it.
Yeah, exactly.
the brute and the speed and the strength.
Yep.
Boston Larson and
both
Derek
of them played
Shea.
really good football for us on Friday. I was really encouraged by what I saw from Boston at the defensive end position for us, and then Derek did some great things at corner, and then also for us at wide receiver. We got to figure out how to get him the ball in space a little bit more often now, and hopefully get our offense to go a little bit.
From the 44, 1st down and 10. Govan gets the snap, looking to throw. Bubble screen far side, intended for Malcolm, and it's incomplete. Again, another one that was dangerously close to being a backward pass.
Yeah, I just got the text from what happened out in Castleton. Our junior high was beat 48-8. So
Right.
I'm not totally unsurprised by that. Again, we're going against a team that's got probably 30-some kids that were playing out JV, and we're playing really young kids. I mean, straight freshmen and sophomores out there that got some room to grow and continue to get better.
From the 44th, it is a second down and 10 for the Highliners. 2 receivers on both sides of the field. Govan, low snap, then the ball was kicked, and it's going to be covered by Central Cass. It was a low snap, then Camden Amon was trying to come up, and the ball was on the ground. He was looking up to get the handoff, didn't see the ball, and kicked it forward, and it was recovered by the Squirrels, and so they get the first break, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Tough break for the Highlanders there. Bad snap, ball hits off your foot, bounces the wrong way. Squirrels were there for opportunistic, just like squirrels are. Find a nut on the ground, right?
I would like to I got something I want to say here. This is something we heard a lot last year when you talk about bad snaps and so forth. When you're in the pistol or in the shotgun, this is more of a pistol because he's only a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. But I have a comment I want to make about the centers. From the 44-yard line, here's a snap. Bubble screen far side, complete. Central Cass on the first down to the far side. Great pursuit. And the tackle made over there by Jacob Bollingberg. Outstanding job there by Jacob to come up with a tackle on the reception. And I believe that was 19, Adam Garman on the reception, but it'll bring up a second down and long. But think about it. Centers, they're looking between their legs.
Mm-hmm.
So they're bent over. They're looking between their legs. They're trying to get the ball between their legs and get it back to the quarterback. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially when you got somebody in front of you breathing down your neck and maybe saying some stuff.
A true zero nose does make it challenging.
On the handoff, near the near side, second down play, cutting back and running room out to the 40-yard line. That is Crosby Tripke on the carry. That will bring up a third down. The ball is at the 41-yard line. So we'll call it third, about 7 yards to go here for Central Cass. 6:25, clock ticking here in quarter number 1. Again, just a couple of quarters of this one. At least that's what I was told earlier today. Now we'll see if that holds true. From the 41, snap, quarterback back, over the middle, incomplete. Receiver had his back to the play and didn't know it was coming. And Zach Kruger, quarterback, that could have been picked off there by the Highliners. It'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, Kalen Henson, number 34. Hanson was right in that area. Could have almost picked it there. Good defense by the Highliners. 4th and 7 now. The junior high level probably going to go for this. Probably would go for this at the varsity level too, to be quite honest. It's
middle of the field.
Position. Yep. Probably would just depend on where we're at in the ball game and what's kind of going on.
Talon Sinner is back behind the quarterback, Kruger. Sinner actually looks like he is going to take the snap. Highlanders are backing up like it's going to be a punt, and it is. Again, no rush. Sinner here to the near side. Malcolm takes it at the 16 to the 20 to the 25, 30. Malcolm to the 35. Here Malcolm gets out to the 40-yard line. Nice return by Orion Malcolm. He will take it back about 24 yards. It'll be first and 10.
I know who's going to be a kick returner at the next level.
And he, being a eighth
grader, we do get him next year. I'm already excited about that.
Kind of like you're a college coach out recruiting.
100%. It's 100% it, but it's just at a different level now. But, no, good vision by him. You see him naturally field the ball. I mean, the good ones, it kind of just looks natural, like you don't have to teach them. And he was able to field that punt very naturally, made one vertical cut. I like seeing that because it's not a jump cut. It's a vertical get north. Then he tried to cut across the grain, which just did a really good job. He just looks like a natural football player already.
On the 40-yard line, Govan in the pistol. Back to pass. Hit as he throws, incomplete. So
those are the ones that hurt. Your arms up extended, you get hit right about the rib cage. Ugh.
And there defensively for Central Cass was Brooks Urbis. So to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 40. I got to remember to set my computer to not go to sleep mode during games.
It's because it's not plugged in, right? You got the power setting.
That's true. I'll have to plug it in then. Thank you for reminding me. I did bring the cord too. From the 40-yard line.
That's why I walked in here to just help you, Paul.
Bollingberg standing next to him. Here's Govan. Come to the 40. Garrett out to the 45. Takes a couple of squirrels with him out to the 48-yard line. And picks up 8 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Very hard run in there by Govan there. He dragging 3 or 4 squirrels with him when he was finishing that run. 3rd and about a long 2, maybe 3. We'll see if the Highlanders can pick up a first down here.
From the 48-yard line. 3:15, clock ticking. We're in the first quarter. Again, originally I was told we were just going to play a couple of quarters here for the 8th graders. A lot of the 8th graders for the Highlanders played already in the first game. 3rd down and 2 coming up. Amon standing next to Govan. Handoff goes to Amon, picks his way. Yeah, boy, he is going to be stacked up back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 2 here for Valley City. Camden Amon got the handoff. Took a little long for that play to develop and did not get anywhere, so it'll bring 4th down and short.
Decision-making time here for Coach Milbrandt and Coach Howard here. Are they going to punt the ball or try to pick this up and continue the drive going right about midfield, minus 48-yard line? Let's see what the Highlanders do.
Coach Jimmy Howard giving the play to Garrett Govan. And he will come up to the line of scrimmage on a fourth down play coming up. Two receivers wide to the far side. High snap. Garrett's got it. Looks to throw. Slings it out. Ball tipped. Intercepted. And this could be a pick six back the other way for Central Cass. That is Easton Lip on the return. He will score the touchdown.
Tough situation there for Govan. That's one of those situations that you got to teach your quarterback that you don't make a bad thing anything worse. High snap. He had to jump to catch it. Rolled to his right. Decided he could try to sling the ball in there. That's when mistakes happen. And obviously it turns into a pick six going the opposite direction. It was something I was kind of pretty proud of Jackson Thornton in the varsity game. The first snap was over his head. He scrambled to his right. I would talk to him all fall camp. Don't make a bad situation any worse than it is. Throw it away. We'll live to see the next down. Did a good job of it. Actually did it twice in our game on Friday. So those are just one of those learning things. You got to learn that you don't let a mistake compound on top of each other.
So the pick six, about a 50-yard return for the touchdown by Lip. And now the conversion here for Central Cass. With a buck and a half to go here in this first quarter. Split backs behind the quarterback. Turns, handoff, and nothing. Nice job blowing through there and making the play defensively for the Highliners was Luke Sorby on the tackle. And so the conversion is no good. We come back up the field with 1:19 left to go in this first quarter. 6-0 Central Cass. This is Highliner football on the Highliner Activity Network. Stats. Is 6-0 with 1:19 left to go here in this first quarter of our 8th grade game. There's a squib kick. Malcolm bobbles it, controls from the 34 to the outside. Oh, nice tackle there on the far side. He was trying to cut that corner, and he couldn't get around the corner. And the tackle was made there for Central Cass. That was Cade Forward on the play. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Highliners as the clock ticks down. Final minute of this first quarter from the 33.
Paul, we got to talk about you a little bit. You're going to have a busy sports season this fall now. You got a new job with the Vikings, right, as sports information director, and then try to continue to do stuff for us, the Highliner activity. When do you not do sports?
When I sleep.
Oh,
But then I'm doing play-by-play in my sleep. I've been told I talk in my sleep, and I usually am doing a game. So, I don't know. That's how I stay
you
sharp.
said Royals twice tonight, so now you're going to end up saying Vikings at one of these. You're going to say touchdown Highliners at one of the VCSU games, I bet.
Yeah, Vikings open up the season this weekend for football on the road at Dickinson State.
Tough challenge for them right out of the gate.
Yeah. Picked to win the conference again, the Blue Hawks. Here's Govan on the direct snap from the 35. Lowers his shoulder, and he's out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Gain of 5. That's going to do it for this quarter. So we'll flip sides of the field, and we'll start quarter number 2. Valley City trailing Central Cass 6-0 in our 8th grade junior high matchup. This is Highlander football on the Highlander Activity Network. Here we start quarter number 2 or quarter number 4, however you want to put it. Again, they're just going to play a couple of quarters here. It'll be a second down play coming up here for Valley City. 2nd and 5 from their own 38-yard line. Govan with Amon standing next to him. Snap down. Govan under pressure. Slings it out. That's going to get picked off. Intercepted at the 45. That's Lip again. At the 35 to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and hit out of bounds just before he could get into the end zone, but another interception by Easton Lip. And again, under duress, he just put her up for grabs.
Yeah, bad decision by Govan. He was rolling to his left, thought he could throw it away, ends up having to flip his hips and take it away. Honestly, should have just taken the sack, lived with it, moved to another down. Can't make a bad decision, compound, and make a worse decision.
So the ball is going to be 1st and goal at the 4-yard line for the Squirrels.
On the plus side, though, got to see good hustle. They made a good tackle on the 2-yard line, so they didn't score a touchdown here, so we got an opportunity to still stop them, keep them out of the end zone.
Never give up on a play. Well, from the 4-yard line. Quarterback, Zach Kruger, in that pistol. On a 1st and 10. Gets a snap. Handoff, flag on the play. There's a big defensive play coming through the middle. Kellen Hansen there for the Highliners coming up with a big defensive play.
Love to see that Mike linebacker show up in the B gap.
Came right up the middle, but there was a flag on the play. And that's against Valley City. So half the distance to the goal, takes it down to the 6. I've never seen that signal before. But it'll be at the 6-yard line, or they waved off the flag maybe.
Making new signals out there, or is that what you think?
Maybe they waved off the flag. Either way, it is a 2nd down play coming up, so they must have waved off the flag. From the 6. On the direct snap, handoff on the inside, and here's another play. There's Garrett Govan coming in and throwing the running back down for a loss. That's Adam Garman on the carry, and he's going to lose yardage back to the 12.
Great read by Govan there. They were in a what I would call rifle near pro set, so it was pistol with gun near eye, handed to a trap on the fullback, and Govan read it really well, made the tackle.
So from the 11-yard line, it'll be a 3rd down play coming up here for Central Cass. Well, you talked about it. They hustled. They stopped him on the interception, and now the defense has come up with 2 big plays.
Yeah, I got an opportunity to get him off the field and not let him score and stay alive in this ball game.
Down 6-0, 8:52 to go. Yeah, quarterback is Talon Sinner. There's a bad snap. Sinner now just going to grab it and go down to a knee to the 18-yard line, covered up there by the Highliners. Hayden Morris touches him down.
And the Squirrels are going the wrong way, and we like it.
4th down coming up. They started at the 4, and then they're back to the 13-yard line, or 18-yard line. So 4th and a whole bunch. Langamo slow to get up again as he gets back to the huddle. Sinner will have Crosby Tripkey back behind him on a 4th and 18. Snap, Sinner, back to pass. Deep far side, and caught, has his man, and did he get into the end zone? He did not, down at the 1-yard line.
Great job by our kids not to give up on it. That was an underthrown pass. He came back and caught it, tried to make one move to get in the end zone, and we still stopped him. So 18 yards was just enough because they made 17.
So Goodell on the catch. So the ball goes over on downs to Valley City. At the 1-yard line, I wonder if Camden Almon's got a 99-yard run in him with 7:29 to go.
I'd love to see it. Maybe an end around one of the Malcolm brothers.
Dominic, speaking of which, now into the lineup. He'll go on his wide receiver. Govan, along with Bollingberg. course, Bollingberg, a lefty quarterback, and he can quarterback. And now I have seen this before where they have put Govan in the backfield and had Bollingberg quarterback. But it looks like Garrett's going to take the snap. Or is he? No, he's going to come out wide here to the near side. Bollingberg, the lefty, has Amon back behind him from his own end zone. 1st and 10 from the 1. High snap. Bollingberg has it. Now needs to run out of some trouble. And he is just going to wing it, and that's going to be intentional grounding and or fumble. Either way, I think they're going to. Wow, they're going to.
Should be called as safety.
It should have been called as safety. And Brian Yanish is talking with the referee here on the near side. I think he's telling him, you need to go talk to your teammates and get this one right, because that should be a safety.
They did change the forward momentum fumble rule this year, which is it's goofy how it reads. I was doing the rules clinic. I don't quite understand it.
Now there's
the ball
a flag.
Can't be advanced, but this should be a safety.
Yeah, they're going to call intentional grounding on the play. And, yep, intentional grounding in the end zone, so that'll be a safety. And that will make it 8-0 Central Cass with 5:56 to go here in this second quarter.
Oh, there we go. Owen and Kale figured out how to do 2 on the scoreboard. I was wondering if I was going to have to go show them. They figured it out.
You hit it twice.
Yeah. But there is a 6 and there's a 1, so they did
hit
figure
the
it out.
Twice.
Yep.
There we go. Well, they do have a Highlander education, so they know what they're doing.
They're smart kids.
They are.
O-linemen have to be smart.
They have
I always say that. O-linemen don't get the credit. They get none of the credit and have to work twice as hard.
Speaking of O-linemen, if you've ever seen the interview of Drew Brees on Johnny Carson.
No, I haven't seen this one.
And talking about play calls. So you have, this long play. And Drew Brees, in this, as he's saying, he says, well, each position is listening just for one thing.
Yes.
I'll say one thing. The linemen know that's the blocking scheme. Mm-hmm. They've checked out now.
Yep.
They don't have to listen anymore. I say something else. Now the receivers know what their formation is. They've checked out. Mm-hmm. And so he broke it down onto what a play is, and it's linemen getting their blocking scheme, receivers getting the route they're supposed to run, running backs, if it's a handoff, what gap they're supposed to go through. And he says sometimes I'll just say free or whatever their word, which means forget what I just said.
Yep.
And now we're going to do this instead.
Well, the NFL is very complex where they actually probably give 2 play calls in the huddle. They'll actually call 1 play, and depending on what they get defensively, the second play is the live play versus the forward play. So the verbiage gets almost twice as long. It's not just rip to gun doubles, Y, X, fly, Z5 off, whatever they're going to call. There's probably multiple calls inside there, and then they're actually calling it at the line of scrimmage.
Here's a line drive kick. Taking it the 50-yard line. On the return. And running him down to the 31-yard line on the return there is Benson Lutmeyer. I believe that was number 18. Or 19, check that. That was number 19.
These numbers are huge on the Squirrels uniform.
Yeah,
and it's kind of
look at their helmets.
It's almost harder to see the numbers on their jersey than ours. It's a little bit of odd combo on both of them.
The numbers are on the helmets for some of the kids. So from the 31-yard line, as it's sliced, Central Cass has a 1st and 10 as we approach 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Center at quarterback, 2 receivers here to the near side of the field, 1 to the far side. And there's a flag on the play, handoff, and this play is going to come back. Handoff out to the 25, and down inside the 25-yard line is Tripke on the carry. But the referee threw the flag here on the near sideline. Being that Brian Yanish has been in his ear most of the game, I'm going to guess possible rookie, first-year official. 2 of them? 2 rookie officials or 2 flags? Okay. So they are being taught here tonight. Lance Lukes, the white cap, offside. Encroachment against the Central Cass. Well, you don't see encroachment on the offense, but you'll see it here. They got to make sure they have the right down and distance. They take it out to the 36-yard line. 1st and 15 here for Central Cass. 4 minutes remaining. We're in this second quarter. Squirrels leading at 8-0. And two receivers here to the near side of the field. Sinner, along with Tripke in the backfield. And a high snap again. Here's Sinner. He is looking, and he's going to get away from one. He's going to get away from 2, 3, 4, 5. But Callahan says, get down here, and he throws him to the ground. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Center's a pretty big kid. I mean, I don't know who he kind of reminds me of at quarterback with that arm sleeve. Actually, no, you know who it is? It's Jared Lenzen. Do you remember the hefty lefty that played at Kentucky?
Oh, okay.
The bigger, 230-pound quarterback that played at Kentucky. He's got that kind of a look to me. I don't know why. He doesn't have the belly, but he's just short and stocky.
Stocky, yes. That was actually a loss of a yard back to the 37-yard line, so it's 2nd and 16 for the Squirrels. They'll go trips right, one receiver here to the near side. 2:50, clock ticking here in this second quarter. Sinner has the snap, sets up, throws deep, has his man incomplete, threw it over the wrong shoulder, and kind of turned his receiver around. It'll be incomplete.
Yep, threw it on the back shoulder, kind of outside the numbers. If you'd have let him on the inside of numbers, it's probably touchdown.
Owen Deedy, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 3rd down and 16 for Central Cass. 2 minutes and 15 seconds in this running time on this gorgeous Monday night. From the 37-yard line. Center in the shotgun. Tripke, the lone setback at the 37. Center to throw. Throwing near side. Man caught, and he stayed in bounds. Nice job staying in bounds there by Luke Beller.
Yeah, good little deep sail route, about 10 to 12 yards on the outside. It was a good throw, good catch.
And short of a first down, Belter made a nice two-handed catch, kept the feet in to the 27. So to bring up 4th down and 6.
Minute 28 left. Highlander's got to figure out how to get a stop right here, right now, or it's probably ball game.
Had a couple of hiccups on the clock there, but 1:15, clock on the move here. From the 27, two receivers here to the near side, one to the far side. Center claps, gets the snap. Under pressure, and he's down. He goes to the 35-yard line. Govan, and I want to see if that's Callan Hans. Nope, check that. And also on the sack there was Luke Sorby. So Sorby and Garrett Govan corral Center and bring him down to the 35-yard line with 56 seconds to go. So now the ball goes over on downs. It'll be Valley City ball.
One last try here.
If they're staying true and doing just 2 quarters. I think they are.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Because my first game, I can't call 8 quarters in a night. Two receivers left, two receivers right.
Well, if you'd asked me to do this a week ago, I'd have told you my voice is gone, and I'd have been.
High snap over Bollingberg. He's going to have to just fall on it. He does back inside the 20-yard line.
And that's a bummer because clock's going to keep running here.
Yeah.
If our kids know what's going on, and they don't, I'm going to go over there and coach them.
Timeout taken.
Paul, appreciate you.
Buddy, thanks for seeing
We'll see you at Coach's Corner.
Yes, you will. Thursday morning, we'll have Coach Smith on at Coach's Corner. We'll see he and the Highliners here on Friday night against Langdon Munich. Timeout on the field. We'll step aside. You're listening and watching Highlander football on the Highlander Activity Network. here for the Highliners. 42 seconds remaining here in this. Oh, there we go. 42 seconds remaining. High snap again. Bollingberg will fall on it back at the 6-yard line. So we'll work on snaps at practice tomorrow. Third down coming up here for Valley City. They might get one more play off here. 24 seconds as the clock ticks down. Bollingberg in the backfield with Amon. There's a good snap. Now the lefty wants to throw. Over the middle, complete. Got Garrett Gobin also across the 30 or 25-yard line. So Govin, and a quick timeout taken with 6 seconds to go. So a quick hitter there. Bollingberg found Govin. And a pickup out to the 25. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Highliners. Time for one more play. I don't know if junior high football have the hook and ladder in their repertoire or not. But from the 25, 1st down and 10 coming up here for Valley City. Or actually it is 4th down, check that, 4th and 10. As, of course, the 3 bad snaps pushed them back a little bit too far. So they are facing a 4th down and 20 from the 25. So this will be the final play of this football game, or this mini football game. Amon next to Bollingberg from the 25-yard line. 2 receivers here to the near side, 1 receiver. 2 receivers now split far side. Bollingberg to throw. He'll go deep. Has intercepted back the other way. And back comes the Squirrels with Isaiah Goodall. He makes a move at the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. So Goodall with the interception will run it back 40 yards and end this one with a pick 6. So both of their scores in this one, all of their scoring, came by virtue of the defense. They had the 50-yard interception by Lip earlier, and this is a 40-yard interception return by Goodall. And, of course, they also have the safety, and that's going to do it. They will not do the conversion. So your final will be Central Cass winning at 14-0 over Valley City. Well, it's going to wrap things up for our first game of the season. Again, we've got Highlander football coming up on Friday night against Langdon area Edmore Munich. And that, again, is a 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be on the air with the pregame at 6:45. We've got Coach's Corner, our first Coach's Corner of the season, coming up here Thursday morning at 7:30. And, again, you can find all this on the Highlander Activity Network live on YouTube. And, of course, it's archived, and you can watch it again and again and again. Final scores here in this one in our 7th graders junior high game, 14-6 Central Cass. And in the 8th graders, the Squirrels winning that one by final of 14-0. My thanks to Chad Smith, the head varsity coach, joining us here on mic tonight. And Beckett Ness is behind the camera in his debut on the Highlander Activity Network. And, of course, executive producer Brian Crewell. We do appreciate it. And we are back for another season of Highlander Sports. Again, we will be back here on Thursday morning with Coach's Corner. Until then, Paul McDonald saying thanks for joining us, and so long from Hannah Field.